What's going on, everybody? My name is Keith Burroughs. I am 43 years old and I currently have chronic kidney disease. Um, it's called end stage renal failure. It's when your kidneys stop filtering fluids that come into your body, and sometimes the after effect of that is you stop producing urines. Um, I want to start by saying that I am not a professional doctor. All of the opinions and views that are stated on this podcast, Kidney Talk Radio, are by me, and it's based off of my personal experiences so far with having kidney disease. Kidney disease is no joke. It takes a lot of preparation and time in order to stay alive and make sure that you still have some type of quality of life living with it. So the first thing I want to do is talk about the actual function of your kidneys. The kidneys are very important for the body. There are two bean-shaped organs, and they like the size of your fist, and they're located just below your rib cage on each side of your spine. The kidneys are responsible for getting rid of waste products. If you're someone who drink alcohol, it'll get rid of alcohol, drugs, and toxins by creating what we know as urine. Your kidneys also regulate the electrolyte or the salt concentrations in your body. So, for someone like me with kidney disease, I have to watch my salt intake because these are things that your kidneys in a normal functioning body would regulate. Okay. It also regulates the actual amount of fluid that's located in your body. So again, if you or someone who's on dialysis, one of the biggest challenges that they have is regulating the amount of fluids that are in their body. And this is where dialysis comes in. This is when having this machine that acts as your kidney filter the toxins out of your body, but it also regulates the actual amount of fluid that's in your body. Your kidneys also regulate it maintains the acid base balance of your body. And it produces hormones that affects the blood and your bones. So again, when you have kidney disease, there are certain things that you have to do to protect your bone health. Bone health is so important because, if you don't protect the bone health, then in many cases you can sit down or fall down somewhere and break a bone. And one of the effects of not taking care of the bone health, you can develop, I believe, bone disease. So it's a whirlwind of things that you have to think about when you get up in the morning and you have kidney disease. You have to think about making sure you maintain your fluid level. You have to make sure that you are taking binders so that you can keep your phosphorus level low. You have to make sure that your sugar and your salt intake is under control, because this is something that's definitely life and death, right? I'm going to use this platform to talk about my personal experiences with kidney disease, but also I'm going to bring on other people who either received a kidney because they had kidney disease before, or people who are currently on dialysis dealing with renal failure. We'll also talk to people who are at the place where they need to get dialysis. That's really what this podcast is about. People who are considering doing dialysis, but you're looking at dialysis from the perspective that it will change your lifestyle. It is going to change your lifestyle. That it's going to, because you have to do dialysis 3 to 4 times a week, hemodialysis 3 to 4 times a week, and it's for 4 hours. So you're talking about 16 hours a week that you have to sit in one place and have a machine filter the blood that's in your body. And that takes a toll not only on your lifestyle, because maybe you have a job. Maybe you're someone like me who's a father and have to take care of his children and have a family. You have a wife, you have businesses or a job. So it's important to know that dialysis isn't going to hinder your life. Kidney disease hinders your life. Dialysis is not going to be the hindrance to your life. For the fact that you have, at this point, end-stage kidney renal failure, your body is not cleaning itself out. And what that will do eventually is you'll have a buildup of toxins. You probably, if you just found out you have end-stage renal failure, you're probably dealing with swollen feet, your body is retaining all of this liquid and it has nowhere to go. You need your kidneys, and if you don't have kidney function, you need dialysis. Now, there are so many options that I don't think is always readily explained to you. One of the first emergency measures is going to put a catheter in your chest. This is when they basically create a port that's hooked up to your heart so that you can receive emergency life-saving dialysis. When I was first told 3 years ago that I needed dialysis, just the thought of you hooking a tube up to my heart scared me, and it will scare anybody. It's scary business. If you don't keep it clean, it can get infected, and the infection will travel straight to your bloodstream through your heart. But they also needed to install a port in my arm. So the port needs time to mature. The port needs time. It's called a fistula. The fistula needs time to mature in your arm. So my first 3 to 4 months at the dialysis center that I went to in New Jersey, I was receiving dialysis through the port in my chest so that the port in my arm would mature. We're going to get into my experience when I first did my first treatment of dialysis. You know, it's very transparent moments. But I wanted to set the basis of this particular podcast. This podcast is about prevention. Above anything, this podcast is about prevention. 37 million adults in the United States have some form of chronic kidney disease. 37 million adults have some form of chronic kidney disease in America. It could be hereditary. It could be because of poor dieting. There's so many reasons why your kidneys can fail. And I'm not a doctor, so I'm not going to delve into that. But the numbers are staggering. Every 24 hours, 360 people have to start dialysis in America. And it's also important to know that there are countries that don't offer dialysis to people with chronic kidney disease. So, you know, I'm here to change the stigma of dialysis, of what it means to have to go on dialysis, what it means to deal with it, because sometimes you just want to break down and cry. Sometimes you just want to give up. But this is a life-saving treatment that I don't think is spoke about enough in our community. That stops now. We're going to talk about this. We're going to bring doctors in I have a really good doctor. My doctor is going to actually sit here on the couch and talk to me about dialysis and about prevention and about the things that you need to, the signs of having chronic kidney disease. And also, if you are at that stage where you need dialysis, where do you go? Who do you speak to? I will have dietitians here to talk about a renal diet. You know, something I hate. I love to eat. I love to go out. I'm a very social person, but starting a renal diet is important because you want to make sure that your body is ready for a kidney transplant. We are proud to also partner up with the transplant office. You know, we will be bringing people here from the kidney transplant office to talk about transplants and blood types and, you know, the different levels of kidneys that you can receive. You know, you have choices, you have options. We want to talk about the difference between peritoneal dialysis and hemodialysis. Peritoneal dialysis is when they go through your stomach. It's a different process. Dialysate, liquid forms in your stomach. It waits for a while in your stomach, then you flush it out. That also is a way of cleaning out your blood, cleaning all of the toxins out of your system. I do hemodialysis where there are 2 needles that go into my arm. One is going into the machine. The other one is coming back into my arm. Once it comes back into my arm, the blood, my body is being cleaned out. And that takes about 4 hours. So guys, I want to welcome you to my new podcast called Filtering the Truth, Kidney Talk Radio with Keith Burroughs. By the way, I do need a kidney. If, you know, everybody out there, you got 2 kidneys. So I'm just putting my bid out there as well. If you have an extra kidney, please get in contact with me. And I'm also going to bring others on who need kidneys that, you know, will also talk about their struggles with living with kidney disease on a day-to-day basis and how much you, our audience, would be able to help by giving a kidney. So if you want to become a sponsor of this podcast, please send me a message at keith@igrindnation.com. Yes, I want to also take a moment to thank my sponsor, my number one sponsor right now, which is Genume Foundation Ltd. Genume Foundation Ltd is a nonprofit organization, a national nonprofit organization that specializes in helping underprivileged people in underserved communities. To learn more about this nonprofit organization, please visit www.genumefoundationltd.org. That's GYENYAME foundationltd.org. Thank you so much, and I will see you guys in my first episode.